Hey chat. Hello. This is the first episode of, I don't know what it's called yet, but or where and if I'm going to post this anywhere. But usually when I come home every day, I sit, not every day, like every other day, I sit and I write, or I try to, about my day, or usually about something that starts off with my day, but that goes deeper and deeper, and then it becomes this big metaphorical thing. And I was writing yesterday, and for the first time ever I decided instead of writing that I would just make a video and record myself talking about it. And it's insane because the moment I did that I started crying and crying and crying. And I don't usually cry when I'm writing. I'm usually focused and I make it beautiful and metaphorical and whatever. But I was like, screw that sometimes. Like, actually screw that sometimes. Sometimes I can just say it how it is. Like, I don't have to be a masterful writer. I think what I want this first episode to be about is just kind of, and I think what every episode should be about should just be like a screenshot of my life at the time, like a digital diary. And today, I guess I just wanted to say that I don't know what I'm doing, like, ever. The fact that I'm 21 now, which feels insane to say. Although it doesn't, though. I feel like I've always been, I've felt both like the oldest person ever and also not even born yet. There's something otherworldly about where my mind exists a lot of the time, I feel like. But I am 21, and I've been on Earth for 21 years. I feel like it's such a strange time because when you're younger, you always look to the next age to turn to where you can do something or have this or that. And 21 is like the last age. And that's when you can drink and go out and like buy whatever you want. And it's wonderful and amazing. But like right after the day you turn 21, then what? Like that's the rest of your life, you know? And I feel like I don't know what to do with the rest of my life. And I don't like going out and drinking all the time. So it's really just like, wait, it's the same. And now I actually have to figure things out. Because I'm not looking forward to any age anymore. I'm just getting old. And I think that's just kind of hard to cope with, even though I always preach about how I love age. And it's beautiful. But it's like, it's easy to love something from that somebody else is doing. But when you're doing it too, it's all very surreal. And I'm very aware that it's a common mistake to feel like you have everything figured out at 21 or 20 anything. And I know that I shouldn't have everything figured out, but why does making a mistake and not knowing what to do feel like death? Feel like actual hell? Especially when it comes to answering people older than me, it feels like doom to make a mistake. It's such an interesting thing to me that I would never truly call anyone else a loser. I would never call, like, I have, but I did not mean it. I don't ever call somebody a loser and mean it, because I don't think people can be losers. I don't think people can be evil. I think they can do evil things, and that can define them, but I do not think that someone just is something. I think everyone is everything, and I think altogether we are a god, in a way. And that's us and the planet and the galaxy and the universes, not just humans. And I don't know why. I don't allow myself to feel that way about myself too. And that like I could never possibly be a loser because they do not exist, you know? So I don't know why I'm so in my head about that. But I feel like 21, the year of 21, is the battle of not becoming a loser. And this year of college that I found myself in, I failed my first class ever last semester, and then I dropped 3 classes this semester, and I'm going to fail my last one for sure. And I really just don't know if that's like normal, like if that's okay. I'm so glad that I went to community college for the sake of saving money and everything, but I very much regret it also. I very much regret it. I feel like a beginner at a university now. The social aspect of everything going to a real university is so overwhelming in a way that I love, in a way that I just eat up. Like, I love a random person texting me at like 6 p.m. being like, do you want to go here? Like, yes, because everyone lives like 2 minutes from each other and it's wonderful and amazing. But I think not having that for 2 years stunted my growth in a way. Growing up, I was a very good student and I did what I needed to, and especially the last 2 years of high school, I did everything. And I played soccer, and I was the captain of the varsity women's soccer team. And did we suck? Absolutely we did. And then I was in academic decathlon, and I did all that. Not that I peaked in high school. I hope not. No, I don't think I did. Because, like, bro, I look cute right now. Like, ain't no way I peaked in high school. Anyways, I think a lot of people find school hard when you need an escape. And so I was lucky that I was able to use it as one. But in 8th grade, I became increasingly just numb, like entirely. In 7th grade, I was put on a medication that I hated, and so I went off medication altogether. And so by the time I was in 8th grade, I was unmedicated. And I think it was very important for me to figure out who I was then in that way. But it was a year of hell for me at school. And so I would really miss school just as much as I could all the time, which is very much unlike me. And I look back now, and even then I knew, but I look back now especially, and come to understand my own form of depression. It's just been really hard, I guess, for myself to validate anything I felt in the world of depression, because I can wake up in the morning and clean my room and make my bed and get ready and look cute and go outside and feel very confident in myself and who I am and love myself. But that doesn't mean that I'm not sad, and that doesn't mean that I can't feel just everything all the time in a way that I make my bed, but I come home from class, if I can manage the energy to go, and lay in my bed for like 4 hours and do nothing. And when I go and see my friends late at night and they ask me, like, what did you do today? And I have to say nothing. Like, that is not normal, you know? I mean, like, sometimes it's great to have a day where you're not doing anything, but if that's every day, bro. If that's every day, bro, I don't think that's normal. I also feel like most people will relate to this, so I'm not saying anything crazy, but my love life will forever be a mystery to me, actually, in the most real way ever. My ability to really pick 'em has been the biggest downfall of my romantic life, but I also feel like I'm into dudes, and first of all, I'm into dudes, so that will do it sometimes, but I feel like I'm really into chuds. Sorry to use that word. I'm trying to be very demure in this, but I'm going to use the word chud because I feel like I've always been into chuds, and I don't mean to, you know? But I also feel like we should never go after our type. Going after your type is playing it safe, and I think I wait romantically for people a lot of the time. Because, you know, I'm loving and amazing and beautiful, and I believe in seeing people through. But I think also, too, it's kind of playing it safe a little bit. Being able to attach myself to whatever a guy gives me instead of actually him, instead of actually getting to know a real person. I think the idea of it is a lot easier, but ultimately it leaves me nothing but distraught. And I had a friend, Lauren, say something beautiful to another friend of mine a while ago who was talking about situations she was in that felt very unrequited. And Lauren said, I think you deserve more than to hold on to hope. Like, hold on to a real person or something, you know? And ever since she said that, what a beautiful thing. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills thinking about it. What a beautiful memento to remember. Because I do freaking deserve to hold on to more than hope. Like, for real. And that goes for anything in my life. Like, I need to switch it up. And playing it safe for me is not waiting around anymore, because that is the killer. And everything should be chill. And when there's passion, and you know. And when you don't know, you're never gonna. So freaking go. Like, move on. And I just have not known how to do that. And so I'm trying now. This is a new Tilda Carr. This is a new version of myself. And in my romantic life, I think playing it safe is going to be the death of me. Because if it's one thing about me, I'm always going to learn the hard way. I will always learn the hard way. And if I don't, then I didn't learn. And so I choose the hard way every time because of that. I will not learn if I do not do it the hard way. And I feel like I'm reaching a point, and I've never felt this much doom in my life about my future, especially. I've always had like an idea that like even if I didn't know what I wanted to do was for a job, that like I had an idea of where I would live, or what type of people I'd be around, or maybe I'd be making music or something for fun. But like I can't even imagine my future at all anymore. And now that I say that out loud, I'm like, that's actually pretty chill. That's actually pretty amazing and lit. Because why would I have expectations for something I'm not going to be able to really fully control at all? And so maybe I don't even need to be talking right now, and maybe all of this is just a reset for me to truly be able to live in a moment and take life day by day in the way that we are intended to. Because every single time I get to overthinking about anything, or about like going to college or getting a job, I think about how like we literally were cavemen at one point. We were literally cavemen, and we didn't have to do anything but find food to eat. Like that's literally all we had to do. And I think there's a beauty, a true beauty to the way we live now, in how much we can comprehend and how the society works, you know, despite the system and however you feel about it. I think there's such a beauty to what our minds can comprehend that other animals may be able to. We don't know, but at least can't communicate it like we can. And so I'm going to take life day by day. Well, I'm going to try to. I'm not going to, but I'm going to try to. I'm going to try my hardest. Because what else can I freaking do? But yeah, today I wrote, I don't want to lose my edge. I want to write a book with no end. It's going to be about me and all the random things my brain decided it needed to remember. It's going to be about that guy who lives in the building next to me, who lassos a fake bull in the parking lot every morning. Also, too, maybe it'll be about all the things I have no opinion on. I mean, whatever happened to talking out of your ass? I think the world has lost its unpredictable personality. But anyways, I'm going to learn a lesson. I'm always learning lessons the hard way. Bye, chat. Bye, chat.